Wanna tell you about a nation you love to know. We are the Biafrans from the coast of African West. The only land has blessed with milk and honey. When he said, I will feed this land to my choosing race. You are the people that will make Africa great. So how come this evil manipulation in our land? How come the wicked trying to curse who Jah has blessed? How come the Babylonians are sucking innocent blood? Why the world has turned blind eyes and mouths on the people that will make Africa great? So how come this evil manipulation in our land? How come the wicked trying to curse who Jah has blessed? How come the Babylonians are sucking innocent blood? Why the world has turned blind eyes and eyes? Oh, the people that will make Africa great. We are not rebels. My religion is now a place to learn how to shoot. Rising sun is now a place that there's every weapon. I see the innocent blood paying the price for freedom. Women and children are feeling the pains of war. For the people that will make Africa great. I wanna know if United Nations existing anymore. I wanna know if European Union existing again. I wanna know if African Union existing anymore. I wanna know if there's a reason to fight for peace. I wanna know if there's a reason to cry for justice. I wanna know if United Nations existing anymore. I wanna know if European Union existing again. I wanna know if African Union existing anymore. I wanna know if there's a reason to cry for peace. I wanna know if there's a reason to cry for justice. Oh, hey. I wanna tell the world that we are not rebels. I wanna tell the world that we are not terrorists. I wanna tell the world that we are not violence and that we are. I wanna tell the world that justice must be done. I wanna tell the world that Biafrans must be free. I wanna tell the world that we are not rebels. I wanna tell the world that we are not terrorists. Wanna tell the world that we are not what they said that we are. I wanna tell the world that justice must be done. I wanna tell the world that Biafrans must be free. We got to be free. I wanna tell all the whole world that we are not terrorists, we are not rebels in our own land. We are the indigenous people of Biafra, and justice must be done because Biafrans must be free.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people, wherever you are all over the world, the truth cannot be overemphasized. Of course, we are not terrorists, we are not rebel. We are a people in need of freedom, the most endangered species of Homo sapien here on earth. We are not here to conquer anybody. We are not here to take that which belongs to anybody. We are not here to undermine anybody. We are not here to threaten anybody, but we are here to ensure that the next generation of Biafra must be saved, totally liberated from this evil enclave called Nigeria, the Lugard entity, the Lugard creation itself, the den of thieves, the country or company that enabled Britain to suck the blood of Africa in collaboration with some other country that call themselves world power, who actually cannot survive 1 week without stealing from Africa. That is how hard the truth is. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uche Okafor-Mefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Uche Okafor-Mefo is the one who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. And like I always say, one day all of us will come to appreciate the mindset behind those words. And by the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, I remain George Onyibe. I am from Agbo, and Agbo is in Delta State. Delta State is Biafra land. And of course, we will not be here except the Creator has set a path for us that we must follow. He has set our feet upon the path that we must follow. And before our present, he go before us with signs and wonder. Because I can assure you the greatest miracle that we have encountered as a people is having a leader who understands what he needs to do, when to do it, and how to do it at every given point in time. His name is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is the Prince of Afari Ibeku, heir to the throne of Ibeku Kingdom, the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people for almost 60 years now. We never knew there are breed of Biafrans like that on the face of this planet Earth. Why can't we be proud of who we are at the end of the day? For before now, our enemy wrote our history. Before now, they told us who our father are. They even showed us where we used to live. And now everything that has been hidden for us is being laid bare open because we have a leader who is chosen by God. And of course, he is the director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafran Television, the one and the only man that commands the loyalty of the Biafran people. It really doesn't matter your perspective. It really doesn't matter the yardstick you use in terms of your measurement. But we understand when he speaks. And his wish, it's just, let's just stop there anyway. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remain the only man that commands the loyalty of the Biafran people. Having said that, we must acknowledge the Creator. His name is Chukwu Okike Abiama. He sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man. For through the water he rules the world. Yet he has not been wicked to deny us from accessing the wind. Even though we walk upon the earth with a heart full of iniquity, yet he let the sun shine on us. In my humble way, I will say, Anye na jage mau, nihi na emara mai, ihonanya ene nage, ubiomage, ojuru anyanya dadio, imakwani ngwe gembangwe odigonye dekage, ebu alpha no omega, anye nine na sena ne de mau. Ise. And having said that, I must remind us once again that on this segment, it is titled Back to Your Root. Back to Your Root. Our leader at the beginning of his broadcast, he continually shouts and reminds us that the people without their history are like a tree without a root. And it could easily be cited in the Bible when he says, blessed is the man that knoweth his culture and tradition. Blessed is the man that knoweth ordinala and umena Allah. Blessed is the man that embraceth his own ancestors, for they shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that brings forth its fruit in season, and whatsoever they does shall prosper. You won't understand it because I'm not a Igbo man. Back to your roots. That is the beginning of recovery. That is the beginning of recovery. For the first time in our life, we are very proud of who we are. For the first time in our life, did they increase our salary? If you are even being paid, do you even have job? Not to talk of salary. Do we receive more protection? But it's simple. Self-awareness. We recovered ourselves. Look at everybody now is claiming Biafra. Very soon now, Fulani will begin to claim Biafra. How proud we are today, because we know who we are. It doesn't matter how much you have subdued us. It doesn't matter how much you try to terrorize us, humiliate us. But we know who we are. And I tell you, in 100 lifetime, I will choose to be a Biafran than to be the son of Donald Trump or George Washington. I will choose to be a Biafran, most especially the sons of my mother and my father. They wouldn't apologize to it. But it was not like this anyway, because we don't know who we are. The Yoruba and Hausa Fulani in the name of one Nigeria, aided by British government, they assassinate our character. They deform our image, invading our privacy. But here we are today. And so on daily basis, as you understand who you are no longer destroyed by inferiority complex. That is why it is important. That is why it was the first thing that was taken from us before the oil well, before the palm oil, before the crude oil, before the gold and silver, before we were taken to the Caribbean, among others, to be slaves. They took away our identity. And that is why we are here, above all things. You must know who your ancestors are. You must know who they are. This is the only time you will know like them or not. Ofenete yakenwanyo. Ofenete yakenwanyo. Now the soup where mama cook, now I'm picking the shit. But you won't understand. Back to your roots. I don't care how you want to view it. It's not of any concern to me how you want to analyze it based on your level of certificate. Based on your level of certificate, I don't care how you're going to analyze it. But I say, if your father is truly your father, that you were not adopted, if your father is truly your father, and you know he's your father and your mother, you should be proud of who you are. And honestly, let me not go there anyway. Back to your root. And when the enemy came in white skin, the Portuguese, the European, they started telling you, your father is evil, your father is evil, your father is evil, masquerade is evil, Omenala is evil, Ordinala is evil, your culture and tradition is evil, it's evil, it's evil. And when they continually tell this lie, it looks like true before all of you. And then our identity was taken away. But these same people went to copy the same thing. They changed masquerade to Halloween. They changed our witchcraft to aircraft. Who the heck is deceiving who here? And when I'm a witch now, Yoruba pastor will come and deliver me. But if I am a witch of America, I become a mutant, S-Man, Superman. But the worst part of it is that when they left, we become the instrument of our undoing. Go and watch idiot who art Nollywood. It's only Jesus Christ that is killing arrows all the time. It is only one white man God that will destroy all our culture and tradition. How will you be proud of who you are? But with all this game of indulgence, politics of appeasement as they call it, where has it led us to? But I appreciate the Fulani, the Hausa, the Yoruba. They understand this. And they say to themselves, even though we see a Fulani man, Hausa man, they eat another Nigerian man leg. We not go say naifu. We not go say naifu. If you must survive, you must hold everything about you dear and be willing to die for it. That is why we are here. But you see, those of you who want to kill us, you will be long dead before you will even come close to us. But we must continue. Back to your root. But of course, we have been following a particular series, and we shall proceed from there. This is the part 3 of it. The topic is traditional way of grooming. We have looked at many ways through which our ancestors, they groom people. They groom people so they know who they are. Our ancestors don't need to begin to query you. It's a privilege. I come from a large family. As large as we are. In fact, I have twin brother. No matter how identical they are, but their character is very different. One of them is light, the other one is darkness. If Peter beat you, you will say it's Paul. If Paul beat you, you say it's Peter. In school, when they commit crime and they come back at home, you come and report, they will ask you, which of them beat you? In those days, they will say, if it's not this one, it's going to be this one. No matter how identical they are. But we know them. But I won't tell you now. That is not your business. One of them is light. And one of them is, the moment they break bottle, we know the one that break the bottle. And the moment you do good, we know the one that does that good. Those twins. But my parents never castigated them. They never said to Peter, you are very good, nor Paul, you are very bad. Because they know that there is a time when we need Okpokpo scatter. And those who are Okpokpo scatter respond adequately. And we know there is a time we need people who will speak diplomatically, as Angel Michael or Gabriel. And then those of you who are Angel Michael, you go and do that we want to do. Imanka, imanka. These are the things we want. I want you to understand that our ancestors were not dumb. They groomed everybody. But the enemy, as we speak today, take advantage of our ignorance and engage regrooming all these groups for us and using them against us. And this evening we are going to look at 3 aspects of groups that are being groomed by our ancestors. They don't neglect them. Number 1 we are going to look at this evening is the traders group. The traders group. We have, what do they call them? Market Union Association or Traders Union Association, as the case may be. They groom people who may do business. All of us were not doing business. They have specialists in business doing, in business transaction. There are some stories which I know is true that talks about the negotiators. In grammar, they call them the procured. This grammar big self. Those who are involved in procurement. We still have them today. They are specialists on that aspect. Our ancestors groomed them. In Biafra land, for an Ijaw man to come to the market, the same market, and trade with the Igbo man, and the Efik man, the Bibio man, the Ana man, the Doma man, the Gala man, Urobo man, the Shekiri man, all of them come inside the same market, and they don't need interpreter to interpret for them. Then it shows that there are people who manage the market. And that is why when the strangers came in those days, most especially the European, when they want to buy land from Ikwere, as they said, and somebody is going to say, Ikwere, that's in Ikwere. But whatever the case may be, I'm only bringing that up so that you understand that we have a negotiator. These were the market union. Before they brought pounds and dollars, naira and kobo, pounds and shillings, we were using trade by barter. Did you not study home economics or economics, as the case may be? Who set trade and barter for them? These were the market union. They had so many jobs to do. Our ancestors were using cowrie, gold and cowrie for currency. Who told them to use cowrie? Today, if you hold cowrie now and enter church, you are in trouble because you are a demon. This is how much they destroyed our culture. Most of you don't know what is cowrie. Cowrie was our money, means of exchange. God made man, man made money. But today, money is making man to kill man. Why? Because the market union, those who institute all these things are no longer there. They pick cowrie, they mark cowrie. Imagine you can pick the cowrie from the river. Everybody would have gone and start picking cowrie and become millionaire. But it doesn't work that way. They are people who are in charge of that department. They call them the traders group, for you to understand. And so you take 7 cowrie, you go and give it to somebody. The person will keep the 7 cowrie and give you maybe 22 bars of yam as agreed. And then he said, I will give you these 20 cowries. Lend me or give me 22 bars of yam. In 7 market days, I will return 14 tubers of yam as against the 10. And then you give me back my cowrie. That cowrie become the object of covenant. And by the time you return the yam, you demand for the cowrie. Because if you fail to do that, the gods will wait for you. So nobody have to loot. These people were doing their job. We actually sit in the marketplace and somebody will look at your fish and say, bring that 10th fish and take this 3 bread. It was the market group who actually work as a, how do I call them? The fish price. If it were to be a civil engineer, they call them quantity surveyor. Is it quantity marketers now? They are the one who will tell you, this bag of garri is equivalent to this basin of beans. You now exchange. They are the one who will tell you, don't eat cow meat again because Hausa Fulani are sleeping with the cow. And people listen. I remember when we were warning our people to stop eating Hausa cow. Somebody called and tell me he's a melu killer. And how do they do? I understand your pain. But the point is that we cannot risk the whole generation because of your business. And then if you have a union that know their job, the union are supposed to tell them what to buy and what not to buy. Don't you know how Yoruba have their own market union? Go and count all the shop in Lagos. I can tell you that 100% of Yoruba who are into buying and selling, they don't rent shop. What they do is to now count and put it along the road. They don't rent shop because they see it as waste. Because that is what their own market union told them. But I hope you understand what we are saying. Hausa market union, they come in the name of mosque. They block every mosque. Their union will be there waiting for you with knife. But where are our own market union today? All of them are slaves to governor. They are even the one harassing other little businessmen because you don't know, you think it's governor that formed you. You think it's governor that formed you. When we say market union, do like this, so many market think it is the governor or your local government chairman that formed you. No. You are the product of our ancestors and you represent them. Nobody can do you anything if you know who you are because you represent your ancestors. People like you were there to make sure that they don't come and poison us. But today it is only to make contribution. Then rally the market people around, and then you become a slave of a governor. Is that not why governor will wake up one day and demolish all your shop and ask you to move? And you can't do anything because all of us have allowed them to bastardize our blood lineage. And that reminds me in a way of digressing. I watched online when Wike, governor of Rivers State, was addressing Monarch as if they were a small boy. But I must advise Wike, irrespective of anything, avoid those two so they will not come for your children. We tell you the truth when we love you. We love Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani. That is why we are telling them the truth. But at the same time, why will Wike not treat all those monarchs like small boy? If they were actually monarch, because the last time we checked, 90% of the people who are asking Igwe and Amayanabo are politically appointed. Why wouldn't they rubbish you? But that is a study for another day. We are groomed. You go to the market, there are people waiting for you. They now take stock of what you brought. They give you your space. They give you here. So the market was organized. There are markets that are meant for only women. There are markets that are meant to, you spend only 2 hours. There are markets that are night markets. Where you hear of Night Mile, Enugu, you think it's a guy name? night mile. You think it's night. That is as a night. It is night. In the night mile, maybe they have changed it. I don't know. Because all the way from Agbo, my parents used to go to that market. Maybe they have changed it, because if they can change the spelling of Enugu, is it the spelling of night mile? Ahiabane. Is it what they cannot change to Mano, Afia Mano? But we don't know all these things. And then somebody is going to speak grammar for me and say, no, it's not true. It is 9 and TH. It's a lie. Because with all your grammar, that spelling of Enugu, is it the spelling of Enugu? But having said that, do we have markets that are meant to be in the night? We have markets that are for morning. We have markets that are once in a week, and so on and so forth. People manage those days because there are spiritual laws that governs us as a people. Today, where are they? Where are they? If you hear people dragging to be market chairman, they buy gun, but they don't know who they are. You don't know who you are. But where are they today? Look at what Fulani are doing to us.